So greetings from Pennsylvania once again, more specifically greetings from the Horseshoe Trail here in Stony Valley. It's been a little while since I've been on the west end of the Stony Valley Rail Trail, not too far from Dauphin, along the Susquehanna River. But yeah, let me show you the map, what we've got planned today. We're in the wilderness now. This area is often referred to as St. Anthony's Wilderness. It's just a beautiful place. Here's the parking lot. There's quite a few people here. This is a Tuesday morning. So, because this is a Stony Valley road, and here's the rail trail. The gate is open today, but you're not allowed to drive down there. They get the road closed. They must be doing some kind of work down there somewhere. And anyway, the map. So the last section I did, we're kind of shaded out here. There we go. Now we're in the sun. So the last section I did, I parked here along 443, hiked up this access trail, went up here, and then got onto the pipeline, went up the mountain and down the mountain, got down to right here. And I remember looking down this way, seeing the trail. So we are doing this section right here today. We're going to hike our way to the rail trail. Then all I have is one more section to do in another video. So I was debating quite a bit how to handle this section. You know, I'm parked here, I should say that. I'm parked right here. Right here is Stony Creek Road. So you can access the trail going all the way up the rail trail to here. You know, do you walk down here, then walk back? I wasn't going to do all that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bushwhack my way up to this spot right here. That's where I left off in the last video. And then hike the Horseshoe Trail and then come back on the rail trail. So that's the plan. Oh yeah, I was going to point out too, from looking at the satellite images, it looks like after I cross the creek that there is it doesn't show up on here, but like there was some kind of trail over here that takes you over to the pipeline right here. I think I might be able to walk up there. I think that's what we're going to do. So that is the plan. We'll see how it works out. I do have coordinates with me to use for my GPS if I need to find that exact spot. I think it'll work out. I really think there should be like an official trail that takes you up to the Horseshoe Trail from here. Then you can make like a loop instead of doing a bushwhack. But anyway, just my thoughts. But anyway, let's get packed up, get headed down. We have a creek crossing down there. We'll see if there's a way across, or I might just have to take off my shoes and socks. But let's get going. All right, so we'll leave Naomi here, and we'll head down that way to the creek and up trying to find where we left off in the last video. And if all goes right, we'll end up coming back along the rail trail. But let's get this going. All right, gotta find a way down there. You can hear the creek. Stony Creek is what it's called. Yeah, so no trail here at the beginning. We just gotta find a place to cross. I see a number of people fishing down here. I think it's why the parking lot's so full. Yeah, I think definitely gonna have to take our shoes and socks off. Yeah. Kind of make our way up there. All right, this is gonna be cold. Oh yeah. Oh, it's rocky too, and slippery. All right. Well, it happened. I fell in. About midway out there. Yeah, it's just the rocks are just so slippery here. My feet were getting numb and everything. Hey, but we'll make it. It's gonna be a warm day, almost 70 degrees, so I'll show you a little bit later. Just this side of me, my butt's all wet too, but actually I should take my wallet out. It's probably wet. All right, but my feet will be, my shoes and socks will be dry though, because they were in my bag. All right, let's figure this out and get going. Yes, I'm pretty well soaked. This arm is still dripping and this whole side is wet. This side's dry. I was able to keep my camera dry too when I fell in on this side. So anyway, we'll probably dry off as we get going. Alright. Not the way I wanted it started, but it is what it is. Yeah, so I can't say that I recommend doing what I just did. It's just that creek is really rocky and just really
every single rock is just covered in like this slime. And the current's kind of swift there too, so just my 1 foot slipped, and that's all it took. But some good news, right here's the one trail that I saw in the satellite images, so I think that's good. So I think this right here, see, pretty well defined a trail, looks like an old road. So we'll head this way. I think this will take us to the gas line, and then up to where I need to be. I need to get moving though, that water's cold. I need to dry off. But all the more reason to put in like an official trail. Some little flowers down here, I might show you in a moment. Yeah, even, I know it's bridges across creeks like that can be expensive sometimes, but you could just put one of those cable bridges across. We've been over there a couple times. Those aren't too expensive to put up. At least give you a safe way across. And just have an official trail going up to the Horseshoe Trail, like so you can make one of those loops. I definitely think there should be something like that now. Anyway, just noticing all these little flowers down here. I forget offhand what they are. I just want to say, I forget. I'll look that up when I get home, but they're growing everywhere down here. Just gotta hook up with the gas line route coming down the mountain somewhere here. Thinking I might just start cutting up through. We'll see. There's no trails up here. That old road I've been following kind of disappears, reforms, has trees across it, so I might just cut up this way. Make my own path. Alright, no pipeline trail yet, but I feel like there's a road up here. Old road. What is this? Huh. Definitely man-made. I don't see any. Oops. Don't see any yellow blazes anywhere, so I don't think this is the Horseshoe Trail just yet. Alright, so I just checked my GPS. I believe this is the pipeline trail. This is what I'm looking for. So this will take us up to where we left off in the last video. So that's good. So we're gonna head up this way. This is the way we need to go. I'm starting to dry off too. Alright, so we're on a trail. Like I said, I don't think it'd be too difficult to. We're not terribly far from where I parked, to just cut a trail, put a cable bridge, and have a trail come up to here. It just sounds like a plan to me. But it's one thing to make a plan, it's another thing to have it actually done. Anyway, we'll let that go. That'll be a nice trail to go up. And it's quite a bit greener than last time. That was, man, I'm not sure how long ago that was. Was it 2 weeks ago or so? We were coming down the pipeline. It was still pretty bleak, wintry looking, but things have changed. Spring is blossoming, blooming, all those good things. And I see it up here. I see the wooden post for the Horseshoe Trail. Alright, this is a journey just getting here. Yeah, so, alright, the last video we came down there, and now we're going to turn and head that way. But I'm going to take a little break from the log here first. This part of the trail was uphill, not steep uphill, but... Alright, so I'm already been an adventure, and we haven't even been on the Horseshoe Trail. Alright, nice little break spot. Well, that kind of went to plan. My goal was to find the pipeline trail, which we did. I did find that other trail, but it wasn't so easy to follow. It was pretty clogged with fallen debris and stuff, but found the pipeline trail. Made it to the Horseshoe Trail. The other part of the plan was what was not part of the plan was falling into the creek, but I'm already starting to slowly drying off here. So, like I said, it's sunny out here. It's probably in the upper 50s right now, so we'll dry off by the end of the hike. All right, well, I'm gonna take a little break, get freshened up. Well, sorry, freshened up, hydrated wise. Maybe have a snack, and then we'll start the real adventure. All right, so here we go. So this section, I think it's just a little bit over 3 miles, and I have not been on this part of the Horseshoe Trail at all. This section that we're doing today. I've explored all over Stony Valley, but I've never really been in this section, let alone this part of the trail. But look, this looks really nice and inviting. Up. Speaking of Horseshoe Trail, there's been horses through here. All right, now we can just kind of relax and enjoy. No more uphill. If anything, we go downhill. Maybe we'll see some wildlife. Who knows what? See a bear crossing the trail. Yeah, even up here in Stony Valley, we have all these beautiful purple violets growing. This must be some kind of an old logging road. It's pretty quiet up here, though. I hear a couple birds every now and then, but there's one. It's pretty quiet up here. Oh, there's a woodpecker. Thank you for correcting me, buddy. But yeah, it's not a bad quiet, but it's kind of relaxing up here. The trail is just really nice. It's kind of just a slow descent back to the creek again, but there's a bridge across it this time. Looks like we have a casualty up here. Yeah, I believe this is a mole. Yeah. Yeah, oh, he's got ants all over him already. Yeah, alright. Or maybe, yeah, it looks like a mole. It might be a shrew, but it's big for a shrew. Alright. Not sure what happened, but we'll let nature take its course here. Well, there is a butterfly on the trail. I'll try to zoom in on it for you. You probably can't see it yet. It's camouflaged super well. I think it's, do I have it? Right in the middle of the screen there, yeah. Yeah, that's him. It looks like a dead leaf, but that is a butterfly there. That's its camouflage. Not sure what type of is offhand. I got a plane flying overhead. Alright, pretty cool though. Now it's on the flower up there. Yeah, except for that dead mole, that's about the extent of our wildlife today. Some bumblebees, but just feels like I don't know, the atmosphere feels right just to come across like a rattlesnake up on the trail here or something. You know, it's gonna be a warm day. It's still cool mornings and warm days. Of course, rattlesnakes are cold-blooded. They need to, you know, sit in the sun and warm up. Feels like the perfect morning to come across one on a trail. I wouldn't mind. I love seeing wildlife, so. I just noticed these down here on the trail. These like seed pods. Not something I really recognize, but they're coming from that tree right there. I see them hanging on that tree. I believe that's a Ailanthus tree, they call it. They're an invasive species, so it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of surprising to see it up here, like in this wilderness area. I guess that's what happens. Huh. All right. I think the spotted lanternflies like those trees too. I think sometimes it's called the tree of heaven too. Check out these flowers. This is a cherry tree that landed here. I think there's another one up there, but it's covered in bees. They're taking advantage of it. You can probably hear them. Let's walk up to this other one. Might be easier to film. Yeah, there's other invasive species up here too. There's some of that garlic mustard we point out in more recent videos. It doesn't belong here, but yeah, it's growing throughout here. Yeah, some more. It looks like a bunch of these cherry trees fell down recently. Here's one. But there's no bees on this one. I was hoping to zoom in on some bees. Alright. Well, maybe we'll find another one that has bees. I'm not going to walk back up to the other one. Anyway. Alright. But one thing to notice, now that we're here in the wilderness of Stony Valley, like I said earlier, it is quiet. No car traffic, no road walks, no houses nearby, no nothing. Just a lot different than some of the other sections. But that's kind of makes the Horseshoe Trail interesting, though. You go from some of those road walks, even where we're hearing highway traffic, and then you're walking through residential areas. Then we're like in the middle of nowhere like this, and other times you're somewhere in between, walking through woods, walking through meadows and fields. It's very varied. It's all constantly changing, which is kind of one of the nice things about it. It's just remarkably peaceful up here. Still that quiet. Occasionally birds singing, like I said earlier. You can hear the wind in the trees. Occasionally, like I said, when we were at the parking lot, the gate was open for the rail trail. I think they're doing some work down here. Maybe putting some more stone down, because every now and then I hear like a dump truck going through down there or something. Not super loud, but so we'll probably encounter whatever's happening. We'll probably encounter on the way back. And my phone works. Just check that. It didn't. It was on the side of me that fell in the creek. But anyway, it's okay. So that's good. All right, I'm almost completely dry, and I'll just dampen a few locations. You know, I picked the perfect day to fall in, though, with the way it is right now. All right. We'll get going in just a little bit, but I'm just going to sit here and relax with the quiet. Just enjoy a little bit longer. We just passed our first human on the trail. Haven't seen one of those since the parking area. So I think I'm close to the rail trail now. I feel like the closer we get to the rail trail, the more likely you'll see people. Just considering one reason we may not be seeing a lot of wildlife is this was logged over at some time. Almost all these trees are young tulip poplar trees, a few birch trees. And there's one larger oak, so there's not when you don't have a whole lot of variety in the forest. Even down this way, a lot of these there's some other trees, but yeah, there's not a whole lot of diversity in the forest here, so that lends to there being less wildlife. Yes, our trail turned and we're heading distinctly down towards the creek again, but it looks like you could keep going up. Let me get beyond here. You could keep on going up that way too. We came from that direction. Not sure where that goes, but you could keep going. But we're gonna go down. So we'll be crossing the creek up here again on a bridge this time. And a bridge. So it looks like there's a trail that goes that way too. Anyway. Yeah, no taking the shoes and socks off here. Although up through here it's not as swift, the water. Wonder if there's a beaver dam around. Anyway, right up here should be the rail trail. Just a bit. Yeah, came across this little pool of water. There's tons of like frog or salamander eggs in here. A whole bunch up there. They're starting to hatch. Let's zoom in on those. If I can see any. I saw a tadpole earlier. I'm not seeing any. So they're starting to come out. Yeah, actually right there some are. Tadpoles hatching. We got some colt's foot blooming here. I did a video on this recently. It looks a lot like dandelion, and even in its phase, this even looks like a dandelion, but this is colt's foot. They kind of do that same thing. Get all puffy. But here's the colt's foot flowers. All right. Yeah, as soon as we come off the mountain down here in the valley, there's a little bit more to see. And right up here should be the rail trail. Yeah. So double blaze marks on that tree. The trail will go off to our right. Yeah, it looks like they're resurfacing the rail trail here. Yeah, so next section we will be going that way. It's about a 2-mile walk on the rail trail, and then we head up to the top of Stony Mountain. But that will be for our last adventure on the Horseshoe Trail. I'm going to head off to the left. I got about 3 miles to go on the rail trail this way. Yeah, in the last episode, I'll probably bike my way up to this spot, stash my bike in the woods somewhere, and then finish it out on foot. So when I come back, when I come back to this spot, I can bike back. I think that's the plan. All right. So one more section to do of the Horseshoe Trail, but we got a bit of a walk this way to go yet. Yes, that is what I was hearing earlier. Looks like I guess having dump trucks come in here and just dumping new gravel. And some of you might know what these are along the trail. They're scattered along. There's one. The other one is laying on the ground up here. You can see how deep they sit in. That's the top. But this one would be sitting like, right about there. I'm not sure if it got pushed out or what, but they would store rails on here for the railroad. So it'd be some on one side and some on the other side. And, like I said, sit right there, and then of course that other one would be set over here. That way, if there was they needed to repair a section of the rail. This is an old railroad bed. They would not have to go like to town or whatever to get spare parts. They'd be sitting on these things every now and then. Kind of interesting. And the forest just looks so much nicer down here. There's so much more diversity. You have the hemlocks, all kinds of other trees growing here. It's not just that one single variety, and they're all the same size. You can hear Stony Creek up there. See it through a little bit. See it glistening in the sun a little bit up there through the trees. Yeah, we need to get a fishing license. I need to go fishing. Actually, I caught my first, years ago, I caught my first brown trout in this creek, but a little bit farther up, closer to the parking lot. Gotta do that again. Looks like there's a sign over here for something. I see somebody's fishing down there. What's this? The water tank trail. Oh. Okay. Guess it goes down to the creek, but the water tank trail comes down from up here too. I believe this, yeah. This is the water tank trail. That'll take you up to the top of the mountain. That's quite a hike though. I've been on parts of the water tank trail on the other side of the mountain, but not this section. Might have to do that sometime. That'd be a steep one. Yep, here's another set of those rail holders. Once again, there's just one. There would be another one up here somewhere. I'm not sure where. They have a post here. Number 2. I'm not sure what that 2 means. Huh. Anyway, maybe it's buried in here somewhere, but usually there's 2 like that. Alright. And the rail trail just goes on and on. I think I'm less than a mile to go. They have cones up every now and then with numbers on them. I think they're mile markers for the trucks, which I've lost count of how many have come and gone. They're definitely doing a lot of work of putting like in new culverts underneath here and stuff. You can kind of see some of the work they're doing back here. Looks kind of ugly right now, but you know, got to maintain the trail though. What does this one say? 0.5. So I think we have just half a mile to go. And I can see the Jeep way up there, so we're back. That was a long walk back on the rail trail. I have hiked this section before. Alright, but that'll be it then, folks. So, yeah, I mean, our plan worked out for the most part, except for falling in the creek. But it was okay in the end. Yeah, nice section up there on the mountain. A little bit monotonous at times, maybe. The woods is kind of, like I said, the woods was kind of the same up there. Didn't see a whole lot of wildlife. But it's still a very peaceful section up there with, you know, everything coming out here in the springtime. So, still a nice section. But I guess maybe not a ton of variety up there, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, we got one more section to do. But yeah, nearing the end. But anyway, I'm blabbing. That'll be it for this video, folks. And thanks for coming along.